Linda's in the kitchen, and we're going to do some little hand meat pies this morning. Just real simple meat pies. We're going to be using our little pie maker, a little pocket pie maker this morning.
It's got a little spoon with it.
It's got a little spoon with it, And
I haven't used mine yet, so this is going to be nice. I'll get to use it today.
okay. What we do is Linda has got a pound and a half of ground beef and a pound and a half of ground pork. And I've already mixed that together, Linda.
Okay.
And now I'm going to put the seasoning, salt and pepper. I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt in there.
Okay. Probably dump after lots of
Well, I'm not used to measuring, so it was kind of hard for me too. And then I want to put a teaspoon of pepper. That's a little spice. Can they see the meat, Linda? Can they see?
pepper smells good.
Yeah. And now, you can put cayenne pepper in this, but I didn't have no cayenne pepper, so I put crushed red pepper, and I'm just going to put about a half teaspoon of this in here.
We got some, I opened a new container of them a couple of weeks ago, and
Yeah.
they are hot.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of bell pepper rub in here. I'm adding seasonings that really wasn't in the recipe, but I wanted it in there. I made some of these last night, and
It's gonna make a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pounds of meat.
yeah, it's but you'd be surprised, Linda, how much in little
Get
pies
more
are.
out of them than you
Yes,
think.
yes, you can. And then I'm gonna put some garlic in here too. I'm gonna put this is a half a teaspoon. I'm gonna put a whole teaspoon. Okay, and then after it cooks a little bit, I'm gonna put this can of chopped green chilies in there. I guess it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and put it in there. That's gonna spice it up. I didn't put these in. I didn't put the
And the ones
chili.
I get?
Yeah, I didn't put it in there yesterday.
I love red chilies.
But I felt like it needed a little more spice to it.
I always think of Albuquerque this time of year.
Yeah.
When you fly into Albuquerque in the fall and you get off the airplane, you get
Yeah.
walking through the airport, you can smell them green chilies,
Uh-huh.
the hatch green chilies cooking. Oh my goodness, they smell so good. Every airport has different smells. Austin is barbecue.
Yeah.
And different ones that you get off of, that's what you smell, and that's what I relate to those airports.
I'm trying to get my. I'm so short. I can't reach my spices. But what we do is, when this gets done, we have to cool it. We have to cool the meat. So,
I brought you something, Mary. I
You
brought
did?
you a
Oh, I
couple
know.
of surprises.
you did. Well, now why did
I
you do
got it in my
that?
pocket. Because I wanted to, because you told me you didn't have them.
Oh, is that right?
Here's the first one.
What's that? Oh, oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hand me a paper towel and I'll get it. Oh, what is this? A little measure? Isn't that cute? I gotta open this. Here, Lynn, I'll get
No,
that.
I'll get it.
Is this a measuring cup?
It's Easy Measure All, I think is what
What?
it's called. Easy Measure All. Thank you, Linda.
I have a sweet
Think
if
the
you
name
want
of
it.
it's on there.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
It's at the top of the package.
It's a petite measure all cup. Isn't that cute? And it's little. That's just like Linda. She
Isn't
likes
that
it.
cute?
It is
Yeah.
cute. Now I gotta figure out how
You
to
know how to do
operate
it. I'm gonna give you a second, see if you can figure it out.
Well, I know it. Just give me a second. For liquids, push it. Well, Linda,
Now those come in different sizes, but this is the smallest one. Tell me when you give.
I'm not ready to get. It don't push. Don't pull. Well, show me. I don't know how. Oh.
Push from the bottom.
I was trying to push. Isn't that cute?
Like for peanut butter or syrup
Oh,
or
yeah.
mayonnaise or something. I think that is
That
so
is
cute.
cute. So it has the measurements. Has the measurements on it. And then you just get that measurement, like there's 3 tablespoons, and you just push it up. Well, that's cute, Linda.
I've seen the big ones, but I've never
Cute.
seen the little petite ones.
So these are
It's Pepper Chef, yeah.
Yeah, is it?
And then I brought you
What
one more
is this?
surprise.
What else did you? Thank you. Oh, a spreader. She was.
Use that all the time.
That's sweet, an all-purpose spreader. But for butter. And
You can cut your toast on the
Yeah.
one side and put
yeah,
the
it's got
other
rigid
on.
edges. Thank you, Linda. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. Love you.
I like it
I
too.
won't bother you since you're cooking. I'll hug your neck later. But that's so sweet.
Now there's another one. I mean, there's several of those, but the other one is I
They
think
come in
it's,
a larger size?
yeah. There's one that I think it's called small, which is about twice that size, and then there's the other ones that are bigger.
Bigger.
So, but I never
I
got
like
the
that little one.
petites till the
I
other
know.
day.
I like
And
that
I
one.
had such a fit over it. I said,
Yeah.
I knew when
That
I
is
ordered them,
nice.
I ordered
Yeah.
you one. I wanted you to see
Thank
it.
you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's just about
Yeah,
done.
it's not, it's like long supposed to be done. And we don't get this.
We're gonna get, well, I've gotta put, I'm gonna get some of it out, but we also put a little bit of flour in there.
So it's sticking up a little bit.
Yeah, it will pick it up. But I do wanna get some of it out. I think I'm just gonna put a little paper towel in there.
Soak it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Soak it up.
Because it's not much. I use good ground meat. I bought good ground meat. Now, you wanna add
It
some
flour
more?
to the skillet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know. But that's
Ooh,
what,
that smells so good.
that's the way it does. It really tastes good. It has a good taste to it. Okay. I think that's enough.
Okay.
Didn't have much.
But it don't take long at all to cook it.
Yeah. And let me get a third cup of flour. Make sure, yeah, it's a third a cup of flour. I sifted my flour earlier, so I would know. So I wouldn't have to sift it on air.
Now, you want it mixed in with this?
Yes, yes. Just, that'll soak up a lot of that oil. Now, you want me to, let me get a spoon now. I think, is the meat already
that's
chopped up?
Yeah, that's why I was thinking when you change utensils
Yeah.
here. And I always think of Albuquerque, and I've already mentioned Albuquerque once, but, we watched them, you know, because we sold peanut brittle at the fair those two years, and
Yeah.
we watched the ladies make us, stuffed sopapillas, which is something like
Right,
this.
I know, I thought about your sopapillas.
And they
whenever-
added mashed potatoes to it. So
Is that right?
to thicken theirs,
Yeah.
we're good at this, right?
Yes, I am, yes.
To thicken it and to make it go further.
Yes, Mama, I think of Mama too, because when y'all lived out there in Albuquerque, you know, she and I went up there.
And y'all came
Yeah.
out too, and Mama
Yeah.
came out one time by
Yeah.
herself.
Just have to stir that flour in there good.
Yeah, you can tell that it's really binding
Yeah,
that
it
together.
holds it together, yeah.
That's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat, it is. But we won't wrap all of it. But I tell you what, those little pockets, it holds more than you think it
Yeah,
does.
I imagine it does.
Just wanna make sure all that flour's in, cooked good.
Yeah, flour's not cooked, it has a pasty taste to it. I imagine the kids would like something like this, something they could hold in their hand.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you can do fruit too. I thought
Right,
about doing a little
you
fruit.
could do fruit
You
pie.
know, you could do, and I probably got some pie filling back there, but I'd rather make my own.
Yeah.
So, I thought about doing some apple, but I forgot about
But
it. Doing a little apple
that's an
filling.
option that you could use with
Yeah,
these
this,
little pie
yeah,
things. You ready to empty it?
yeah. You think it's good long enough? I think it is.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna empty it into this
I'm gonna hold
tray.
the skillet and let you just,
Yeah.
take it.
We're putting it in this tray so it'll cool. Now, if you wasn't fixing to make them like right now, you wouldn't have to do this, but we gotta cool this fast as we can so we can make them.
And Mary, this is your 10-inch skillet. That
Yeah.
helped a lot.
Yeah, it
didn't
helped a lot of.
Helped a lot.
I cooked last night when I made some. I let it cool, and it didn't really take that long to cool. So now we're gonna go over here and do the pie dough. Now you can use crescent rolls to do this, or you can do pie crust. You can make a pie crust, but I'm gonna make the recipe that comes with it for the pie crust.
Now, when you say come with it, they come with the
No,
paper
no.
or the recipe
The
that you're
recipe
using?
that I'm
Okay.
using, this is the pie crust recipe that I'm using.
Okay.
And it calls for 2 cups of self-rising flour. And I've already sifted this. It says sifted flour. So I sifted it this morning so that it wouldn't take up the time. I was making something the other day, Linda. I forgot what it was. And it called for 2 cups. Oh, I know what it was. It was those biscuits I made the other day.
Okay.
It called for 2 cups, and I thought it said 2.5. So I had to start all over.
Sometimes that happens. It happens to me. I was cooking breakfast or late breakfast Saturday morning, and I feel like when my phone dings, I have to answer it. So I answered it and was trying to answer a question and burnt my flour and had to
goodness.
throw it out and start over again. So
Oh, goodness.
that's why I try not to answer questions while I'm cooking.
Hey, I was making these last night, and I walked in the bedroom just for a split second, come back, and I had burned two of my little pockets. This is a third a cup of Trisco.
Are you through with the flour?
Not really.
You're gonna
If
need
you
a
don't
little
mind putting that in the sink for me. That was a third a cup of Crisco, but the recipe says heaping, a third cup heaping. So it's a little over. It's not measured level out. So, and now I've got a pastry blender, but I'm not going to use a pastry blender. I'm going to use a fork. It just seems like it just, because the bowl is, the blender, the pastry blender is almost big as a bowl, and I don't want to get out my,
Mary, I remember
Flour.
my first year in homemaking,
uh-huh.
and cooking was my thing. I did not like sewing, but I love cooking. And the teacher, and I can't remember her name, but she taught both of us.
Yeah.
She was showing different kitchen gadgets, and she held up a pastry blender.
Is that right?
And Mary was real big on, even back then, using
Yeah.
her pastry blender. And she asked who in the class knew what that was. I was the only one in the class that knew. And I said, I raised my hand. I said,
Yeah.
it's a pastry blender.
Yeah, I did, because I was taught, that's what you're supposed to use. But I've learned the fork will do too. You just get get that Crisco
Kind of looks
What?
like pea size
yes,
shape.
yes.
Do I need to get you out some water or something?
I need 1 egg and a cup of milk. But we put it in a different bowl. You can get that little whisk is right in here. Okay.
I guess if that's okay.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. There's that long one's in there too. And And it calls for 3/4 cup of milk. You put the egg and the milk together and stir that up.
Little purple bowls.
I loved homemaking in
I
school.
did too.
That was my favorite place. And I probably, is that my fork?
Yeah.
Okay. Or when you get that beat up, I'm just gonna make a whale here.
Do you want me to pour
Put a
that in?
little bit at a time, please.
Okay.
Just okay. I'm sure the recipe when they were doing that, and they said a little at the time, they didn't encounter somebody helping them pour it in. So
You probably did. You basically wanted
Yeah.
to stream it in
yeah,
there.
yeah. Yeah, if I didn't have my helper, I'd have to stop and pick it up.
You think it's gonna take it off probably.
Well, let me see here. Let me put a little bit more. And y'all, I've never made this crust with
It
this
looks
recipe.
like good dough,
With this
Gary.
recipe, I've never made this particular one. I didn't do this last night. I just done the croissants.
Want a little bit more?
I want a little bit more, not a lot more. I put a little bit more because I'll be adding flour when I roll it. Okay, I think
You
that's
think
enough.
that's good?
Yeah,
I
think
won't
that's
pour it
enough.
out just yet.
Okay. So it kind of breaks away from the sides. And then I'm just gonna put a little flour here on my pastry mat. I can move this recipe, I know.
Are you ready for me to move this?
You can, and if you don't mind stirring that meat for me again, Linda.
Okay.
So it'll keep it kind of cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any cold packs in your freezer?
No,
We might always put some
I don't
on there,
have
something
room.
when he's trying to.
that would
cook
probably
something.
help. And that dough is wet, so you may not use all your milk and egg. It didn't tell that in the recipe, but that's one thing that Linda, you know, what we're doing in our recipes that,
Yeah.
that y'all gonna be getting when we get a new website, we're gonna tell you what to do. You know, like that recipe that I'm going by, it didn't tell you to not that it may not need all of it. It just said pour it in there at a time. Well, you seen it did not take it because this dough is good and wet, so you don't want it to. And I'm gonna roll it out. So flour, a little bit more flour. Stick it to my rolling pin.
That looks really nice dough,
It's
Gary.
it's nice dough. Like I said, I had made this particular dough recipe before, so I didn't know how it was going to turn out. So I'm gonna roll this out a little thin because it's gonna rise.
That was very nice. You know what you was talking about the other day about the cookie dough?
Mhm.
You can tell a pie crust
Yeah.
if it's gonna be
Yeah.
good. That looks really good.
Okay, Linda, we're gonna use our little little pocket pie cutters, and to cut this, you use the edge. You can see how it has this edge, this little loop on it. It's not that side; it's the other side that you cut with. And Linda, she's gonna cut some too.
I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. So this should be upside down.
Yes, yes. And so we just go around and cut it.
Can I leave you enough room?
No.
I'm sorry, I
No,
didn't.
well, that's okay.
I should have started close to where you were
That's
at.
all right. We're gonna roll this up again. Okay, let's get these that pie. Oh, we need to get that oil keeping a little bit higher, a little bit.
So turn it up.
We're gonna, you know what? I was gonna move that over here. I'll tell you what, let me get a tray and we'll put them on it and then we'll put it over here.
Okay.
That's what we'll do. My racket. We'll just, let me get a piece of parchment paper to put on this because I don't want it to stick. Or pies to stick.
Are you gonna be able to pick this up here and fit on?
I can on this picture, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll get all the pies. So we go ahead and get it. You can make half pies or you can make whole pies. That dough is really big. I'm gonna roll this out a little bit thinner.
Okay. You just wanna set this over here, right?
Yeah, just sit over there, because that filling's gotta get a little bit cooler.
Well, that filling's gonna be ready when you're ready, because I got some in the refrigerator.
Okay. I thought you took some of that. Yeah, I've got some that I made last night. I didn't use all what I made last night in the refrigerator, but I didn't have the peppers in the one I made last night. But I'm gonna do this a little bit thinner.
You need more flour?
I might need a bit more. Okay. Yeah.
You can tell Mary she should throw the pie crust.
Well, I sure got that too big. I knew when I picked that
What
pie
size?
up.
A little more
A
flour?
little bit. You put a little bit more in it. I don't need much. She asks me, then I reach in there and get it myself. Sorry about that, Linda.
That's all right.
Yeah, this pie. I got that first one really too big.
Are you gonna re-roll the crust or?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
do this.
Okay, I'll make these.
Yeah, these are a lot better, a lot better. The thick ones is just gonna puff up really big. It's supposed to make, I think that recipe said, what did that recipe say? It says 25. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This ain't making 25, but the first one that I rolled out was too thick.
Yeah.
So I would have got more. You don't really want to work dough
Makes it
too
tough.
much. Yeah. So this is the last one I'm gonna do. So roll it thinner than what I did that first batch. You know what I would recommend is that dough, half the dough. When you start,
Roll half of it
roll
at a time.
half of it at a time.
That's a good
Make the
idea.
recipe up and then roll half of it out. And that way you're not re-rolling the same dough.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Because my mat the dough was going off the mat, and so but it really needed them thinner. All right,
You're done with this, right?
I'm through with that. I'm not gonna roll it again. That might make one. I might make one more out of that. I'll do it. Remove it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna make one more pie out of this.
You just can't wait.
I'm not gonna roll it. I'm not gonna roll it. I'm
You're
just
just
gonna
gonna
make
press it
it.
with your
Yeah,
hands?
I'm just gonna press it with my hands.
Do I just unplug this?
Yes, please.
Mary, you remember when we were kids and we got a Mom and Paulie's on Saturday, and in the fall and in the early, actually before winter, but in the fall.
Yeah.
And it would be, actually, I guess it would be in the early winter because it would be a big frost.
Uh huh.
And because you were riding down through the country, it would look like solid snow.
Oh, Linda, I was gonna take that top off, so you don't take some
Yeah, on here. Thank you.
I'm using this so y'all can see better. All right, let me get the temperature. So it'll get hot fast. All right, and this is our little spoon that comes with the pocket. And these are the crinklers. You got your crinkler?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I'm gonna move this kind of the side now, if you don't mind, and we'll do our filling right here.
Okay.
Is this,
This one in here is the one that should be.
okay.
Okay, I didn't ask you if I could do this.
Well, I don't care, no. Quick away. You know what? Let me get another mat to put these on. Have you washed this yet?
I haven't washed
Okay,
it.
well, it's wet, so I'll,
I'm sorry.
that's okay, that's all right. I'll get this mat. We're gonna put the pies on this to fill.
Okay.
Like I said, these are these first ones that I done, and they are really thick. But you,
You put
take
them
one,
here, right?
yeah, put one, put it down in there, and make a little pocket. And like I said, these are really thick crust, so it's gonna spread out. And you make a little pocket. I put more than a spoon.
Like 2 spoons or a spoon and a half?
Just whatever will fit in that little hole. Let's see. That's probably enough, Linda.
Okay.
All right, and then I pressed it down. I kind of pressed it down. So,
Okay.
and then to make the half ones, you just fold it. See, and I think I could put a little bit more crust in that. But see how thick that is? The crust is too thick. Did yours come out?
Well, I squeezed mine a little bit.
I did too.
Oh, I broke mine. Mine broke. Maybe I squeezed it too hard.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, see, like I said, I have not tried this recipe on these. Hey, mine went out too.
I'm wondering if we should use a little bit of flour on it, maybe?
No, that's not.
You shouldn't do that. And maybe the
Mm-mm.
dough's too
I
small?
think the dough. I think it's the dough.
You can still fry them. They're just gonna
Yeah.
come open in the.
But I'm not going to use this one. Yours stayed together better than that one. I'm going to use one of these thinner ones.
Okay.
I wasn't sure about this.
You know, dough has to rest. too,
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah.
I wonder if you,
I don't
after
know.
you cut them, if you should let them rest.
Maybe I won't. Maybe we won't spread it down there. Y'all are getting to learn what not to do today.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little flour on mine,
Okay.
just a tiny bit.
Well, I'm just not going to squeeze that down in there and see if that will work. On the ones I did last night, using the croissants, I did squeeze it, and it worked fine. But dough is different. Every dough you use is different.
I think we put the filling in there first.
And you know what, Linda? I think I'm going to try doing a double one. See if that will,
A big one?
a big one.
Okay.
Because depends on, what size family. I'm gonna put another one on top like this.
Okay, Mary, I didn't squeeze that as hard.
Okay, okay.
I think, see how
All
pretty
right,
that
good.
looks?
Now that looks
So
good,
you
Linda.
don't need to squeeze it
Okay,
like we did,
okay,
or like I did
okay,
at first, but that
Well, I
one,
did.
that one looks real cute.
The dough, the dough makes a difference.
That looks real cool.
Okay. All right, and this is a whole one here.
Do you need a top one?
So this is a whole one.
Oh, that's cute too, Mary.
See? So you can, that's what we were doing on this. Now the ones I did last night and made with the croissants, I did squeeze it and it didn't come apart. But see, this is, so you just don't squeeze them as hard. So y'all are getting to learn how to do this.
Yep, that's it. You just don't squeeze them.
Okay,
It turned out perfect.
good. Well, I knew we was gonna be experimenting on today, showing y'all, but that's one way y'all learn is what not to do.
And us too.
Yeah, you know, anytime you try something new, you have to learn. and then mine comes out better. You don't squeeze them. You don't squeeze it. It don't take much to press them together. And this over here is really thick. So, anyway, I just wanted to try this. I wanted to try these little pocket
They
tie
actually
makers.
are really, like you said, it's more in this than what
Yeah,
you
it
think
is. Yeah, it's more to it, more filling, bigger than what you would think.
And that little whole one was cute too, Mary.
Yeah, that really, it really makes a big one. This, I'll tell you what it is. This thick crust is harder to work with.
Than the thin.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
So don't. And that's another thing I just done, and I noticed if you open that and then you let it go back together, it's gonna pinch it. That's what happened to
Okay.
this one. It pinched it.
That one didn't quite crimp, so I just kind of pushed it together with my fingers.
These thick ones are harder to work with. This is way too thick a dough. That first batch that I rolled out was too thick.
Are you doing another whole one?
No, I'm gonna do the half ones because
Okay.
according to what I made last night, they're really a lot to eat. Of course, you know, if you got a man, they probably like a whole one.
Or teenagers. kids.
Teenagers, yeah. But see, when I mash this together, the crust is so thick. Yeah, that thick just don't do as well. So roll your dough.
And Mary, our new saute pan,
Uh-huh.
it's got the colander in the top where you put the
Uh-huh.
steam in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
If you wanted to do like little Chinese dumplings.
Oh, that's right. You sure could.
This
You
is
sure
what
could.
you would use, and you would use the saute pan to cook them in.
Right.
And we haven't done that yet, but if they don't crimp together, just push them together with your hands,
Yes,
with your
yes.
thumbs. and
You
they'll
could
be
even
fine.
use a fork to do it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if these are gonna come apart when we put them in the water or not. Because like I said,
or
in the oil.
These are oil, right?
Yeah. Because you know fried pies, if you ain't got them sealed good, they come apart.
Yeah, but
So we
part
don't
of
know.
that is letting them rest too with fried pies.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
put them
you're
right
right.
in the oil, and,
Right.
and I'm anxious
Right.
to see if these are
I
gonna,
know.
if
Me
these are
too.
gonna come out here.
Me too.
Because every fried pie that I've ever done that I didn't let rest open.
I'm gonna
that one did real good.
yeah, the thinner the crust, the thinner you get that crust. I'm not talking about paper thin because then it will come
Yeah,
straight up.
it would
But you
hold
need
the
to make these thinner. On this recipe, it calls for it to be bigger, but that's when you're just folding them over and using a fork. If you're using this little thing here, you don't need the big thick is too thick. I'm gonna see if this oil is ready. We need to get a
Spider or something to get them out
well,
there?
this is the best thing to get
To
them out
get them
with.
out. Here, I'll take that.
But we just need a, what am I gonna call the plate of this? You know what, I wonder, since it's oil, I wonder if I'll get a rack. to put 'em
Okay,
on.
let them drain.
It's not the one I like. Here it is.
We have certain things for everything, y'all.
I knew that was gonna make noise when I got that out of there.
It sounds like mama. You
I-
want this turned
I
this way,
sure
right?
do. And we'll put
Where'd
them
you
on.
get this rag at?
I think about it, Bed Bath and Beyond, I think is where I got it. But anyway, so. I think
You
it's
can
about
use-
ready.
Do you want to use a little pinch of this dough, the one that messed up, to test
Well,
it?
that's what I did. That's what
Oh,
I.
you already got one in
Yeah,
there. I'm
yeah.
sorry, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I've already got this in here. Okay, I think that it's ready, Linda.
Okay.
We'll find out. We're gonna do a small one first. Make sure it's closed. Let's do two at a time, Linda.
Okay.
You wanna show Linda what? Actually, let's do 3, because it's not gonna, I think we do 3 in there. Sorry,
It
Linda.
reminds me of Alabama. I kept changing the temperature on
Yeah.
on the oven.
Okay, all right. You wanna show them, Linda? You see? Well, they hadn't come apart yet.
They look good. What temperature did you do on my son?
I did them on the stove,
Okay.
and I did them on medium high
Okay.
last night.
I fry my pies between 5 and 6.
Do you?
Real close to 6,
Yeah.
which I guess is about medium high, isn't
Yeah.
it? That looks good.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed that they're not coming apart with them not being able to sit
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
and rest.
I will tell you this, you need to make sure that you got your oil deep enough when you fry this, because the weight of the pie, if it settles down to the bottom of your skillet, if you're using a skillet, it'll burn.
They're burned, yep. So if they were using a boiler or a pot
Right.
to fry me
They
on
need
top
to
of
be
the stove,
deep enough.
it needs to be a boiler big enough
Right.
that it's not going to pop
Right.
up and pop out. It doesn't take long to fry.
It does not take long
I
at all.
fry my
I mean,
pies probably between 2 and 3 minutes.
the croissants I did last night, I mean, I had to be very careful. I mean, of course, the croissants are real fluffy and flaky, and they were done
Yeah, I bet they were.
quick. I'll show you. I got some left. I'll show y'all.
These look real good. You can, I guess, eat these with some kind of dip or salsa,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just eat them by themselves.
Right.
This would be perfect for a little kid to come home from school to have a little
Mhm.
snack, wouldn't it?
Yeah, look.
Or a big kid.
I'm only gonna do 3 at a time. I don't want to get them crowded. These are the ones that I did last night with the croissants.
Mary, what if we cut one open and show them how much
Okay.
meat
Okay.
it actually shows in there?
Okay.
You know, because it's more than what you think.
Uh-huh. Now these are cold. I had these in the refrigerator.
That
But
looks
it's a
delicious.
good bite. It's a
Yeah.
good bite. But that's with croissant rolls. You know how the croissants comes in a V shape?
Yeah.
I just put 2 together and rolled it out so I can cut the circle.
Okay.
That's how I did that. You can do pie crust. We didn't do any to show y'all, but pie crust that you buy the Pillsbury, you could just roll it
You
out,
can
and
do
that would be
that.
a perfect. I guess we could do one. No, we better not. We'll just mess up the whole
Okay.
pie.
Yeah, right. You don't want
I,
to waste it.
I'm making a
Pie
chocolate
crust.
pie for a friend tomorrow. Her husband is sick, and not able to cook for herself. So,
Mary's always making something, carrying it to somebody. Well,
that's
that
the least I
one,
can do.
yeah,
You know,
I know.
that's the
that you
least
do.
I can do.
That one's come open just a little bit. That might have been one
It
that I
makes me,
done.
reminds me, not necessarily, Linda, reminds me of our fried
Fried
pies
pies, yeah.
when we first started making them. Remember that? Before we started
Yeah.
using the tortilla mix?
Well, part of it is letting them set and
Yeah.
them being prep good together.
Right.
But that's not bad considering
No, it's not.
we didn't let them set. And it doesn't do anything to the taste of it. It's just, if they come apart, when you're frying pies, especially pineapple
Oh,
or
my
chocolate,
goodness.
if they come apart, your grease
You
is
have to
shot.
stop. You have to stop and
It
change
ruins
that
your
oil.
grease.
You sure do.
I used to fry the pineapple and the chocolate last because
Yeah.
in case I had one
Yeah.
to tear up, I always started with the apple.
All right, we'll do those 50s last.
That's
But,
really good.
make a good little meat pie, and that's a lot more filling than what we're going to show you on video. I'll do them later.
And
Uh,
Mary,
I may
if,
mix up another batch.
if they had a bunch of course, this would, could they freeze these? Could you make them up and freeze them?
Well, I don't know why you
Take
couldn't.
them out and warm them in the air
I
fryer?
don't know why you couldn't. This is, this is just something I thought about, and I started doing one last night, but I didn't. But when you
Probably.
cut your circle, you
Yeah.
can put your meat in there without using that little pie thing, and make a ball, and roll it up like a ball.
Okay, well, you didn't say what I thought you was gonna say, but
Yeah.
that is a good idea.
Just make a little ball, cover your meat with the pie crust,
Yeah.
and just roll it together, make a ball out of it, and you could use that with little toothpicks with hors d'oeuvre for hors
Yeah,
d'oeuvres.
that would be excellent.
Yeah.
I'm always big on cooking, especially, if you're using a pressure cooker or air fryer and you cook more than you need. Save part of something for your next meal. And you know what that would be delicious in?
What?
A shepherd's pie.
It sure would. It sure
Just
would.
make up all that and have
Yeah.
your little pocket pies. And then,
It's a good taste. The filling is good.
it smells delicious. I know it's gonna be good.
You gonna taste one?
I
don't
am
you?
gonna taste one of
Well,
them.
you can eat one of them. I mean, I don't mean
I
just taste. But and I'm gonna taste one too. I'm gonna try my best to not to eat a whole one. I just ate a bite last night of those, and they were good. Crescent rolls are good.
Yeah, they are.
But I wanted to follow the recipe completely, and this is what I done. So on this, because I have a tendency to add things. Well, actually, I did the same thing with this one. Those green chilies, the
Those
recipe,
green chilies.
it did not call for that.
That's gonna make
but
it taste so
after
good.
I eat that last night, it was good. I could taste a little bit of the pepper, the pepper flakes. But I think, you know what, green chilies would
Yeah.
be good on this. So I didn't, and I had just, what did I make the other day that I used a can of green chilies? Anyway, I usually keep green chilies.
Yeah, I do too.
And I went in there and looked and didn't even have a can. So little Linda stopped and got me a can this morning.
That was
And she done like I do. I got 3 cans.
good. Make sure you got
Make
some
sure,
for next time.
yeah, because I do. I usually keep green chilies, cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soup, and tomatoes. Every kind of tomato.
That's the
Stewed
thing
tomatoes.
with the stock pantry. As you use the items, you have to replace them if
Yeah.
you want to have what you need
Exactly.
to cook with instead of having to run to the store.
And evaporated milk.
And anything like
That's-
that
yeah.
will keep and it's not going to ruin, then we try to keep several on hand.
These are pretty big little pies.
They
aren't
are. They are very nice pies. And our last two.
This is the big one. And this one,
That's one that I kind of botched together.
well,
You
I'm
may
gonna,
not wanna
well,
try it.
no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what it'll do. Because it had a little bit of meat showing. We're gonna see what it does. That crust sometimes though will surround it
Yeah,
enough
kind of expand it
and
yeah.
seal it, yeah. So we'll see.
So next week,
Next Tuesday will be
at my
live.
house, yeah,
Yes, but then Thursday
we're gonna be doing some clips because
Yeah.
we're gonna be on our way
Right.
to Wichita
we're going to be
Falls
traveling
Thursday.
next Thursday. We're going to be traveling, and we're going to my granddaughter's Miranda
Yes.
for a baby shower, and we're going to have fun. I always do. We'll go by and see
Yeah.
Charles Linnell,
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun trip.
make a little drop off. And I've got this on 420. I think, I don't know if it will go any higher than that or not, but the bigger ones, it takes a little bit longer.
And as you're cooking, your oil's gonna cool off
Yes,
some
it does.
too.
Yes, it
So
does.
keep that in mind as you're cooking. You might need to adjust your temperature a little bit because it will definitely cool off.
You hear that
Well,
popping?
Yeah, I heard it.
You know what that
is?
is?
Yeah.
That's the meat filling trying to come out. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take that out. I did that, Linda, when I turned that over. When I turned that over,
Okay.
I touched the bottom of it. See, it flipped, you see?
Yeah, it did.
The bottom crust, it folded on me. I'm gonna try to fold it back. I don't know if it's gonna do it. But that's what happened.
Yeah.
If you don't get your whole spatula underneath that whole thing, it will I'm gonna see if maybe I got it fixed. You know, there's usually a way to fix something. That's the big one. And when I turned it over, the one part of it,
These look beautiful compared to the first time I fried pies.
oh Lord,
I
you too,
think
girl.
every one I cooked tore up.
I did too. I like to never figured it out, but it
And they were good, but
yeah,
they just
but
looked
they didn't look
terrible.
very good. I know. Well, I'm like you, Linda. It took me a while, but I did get it down after
Well,
thousands of
you
pies.
had yours down a lot longer than I did.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this one up because it's brown. This is a really big one. But you know what? You could use, like I told you, you could use fruit filling in there. I'm gonna turn this off.
Okay.
Turn that off.
Those are beautiful.
Aren't they pretty?
They are so pretty.
And I'm gonna move this pan out of the way. I'm gonna hold this. Linda, if you'll unplug that, please, and just move that for me. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna move that bowl. I don't think it's your bowl.
Thank you so much, Linda. Little Linda, I guess we need to distinguish
Yeah.
which Linda we're talking about. Oh, little Linda's helping us. She's our camera lady, and she should be with us for a while now, probably permanently.
We're very excited about that. So we're gonna taste some.
Yes, get your plate.
Do you?
I'm just gonna wipe this out. Here, she got, Linda gave us some paper plates.
Oh, okay.
Linda handed us some.
Thank you, Linda.
All right, let's try one of them, the first one we
Yeah.
did, so it won't be so hot. Here's your plate.
Well, we can just break one in half if you want to.
Oh, that's okay. That'll be all right. You want the big one? No, I don't want the big one.
I'll take it. That looks so good.
See?
Jesus.
Yes, Lord. Thank you. Good in it. It's very good. It's delicious.
This crust was a little thicker.
Mm-hmm.
The thinner
Yeah.
ones won't be quite that
Right.
much, but
Right.
it has a delicious,
Yeah, it's
delicious
good
taste.
It's
to it.
really good.
Really good.
You know what? I'm going to use that recipe for a pie crust to see how it turns out. That
I
pie
would
crust
be-
was really good. That rolled out so good.
I would not be interested in doing
Me
that
too.
too. In
Me
fact,
too.
I'd like to have it too.
Yeah, okay.
And see.
I'll give it to you.
They would
was
need
it-
to be chilled.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
The dough would need
I
to be
would chill
chilled
it, yes.
because it was very soft.
Right.
But I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna try
it was a good recipe for the first time I wrote it out. Because, you know, sometimes you'll do a pie crust and it won't. It won't roll out good at all. But anyway, and like I said, now imagine this with fruit filling in it. Wouldn't that be a good pie?
But that is delicious.
The filling has got a really good taste.
Very, very good
Yeah,
taste to it.
it does. So we, what else do we need to tell them? We're gonna video some on Miranda's birthday party. I mean her
yes, we are.
baby shower.
We're gonna video some on that. We may video some putting her cake together.
Okay. We
We're
can do
actually
that.
cooking her cake on our show Tuesday, but we won't do anything other than just the minimum.
Put it together.
We'll
we'll
put
show
it in
how
a
to-
box and take it to
Right.
Wichita Falls and decorate it there.
Right. She's gonna have it on her back porch, on the screened-in
Yeah,
back porch.
she's got a beautiful, beautiful area to have a party with.
So, and that's Bradley's mother, if y'all wonder.
Yeah.
Little Bradley.
Baby Kenley
Yeah.
is who we're celebrating.
Yes, that's gonna be the little girl's name. And Linda and I both, we keep asking each other, you think I got room to take this? You think I got room to take that? Because both of us, and little Linda too, has just overbought for
But it's
that
been
baby.
5 years since we've
I
bought
know.
for a baby.
So, and it's a
And-
girl.
and yeah, so-
and we shop.
So I kept getting all these packages in, and Mike said, "Is this for Miranda's baby?" And I said, "Yep." It's
Yeah.
so fun to buy girly stuff. I like shopping for little boys too, but I like shopping for little girls.
Me too. Linda, we're like I've told you lots of times, we're so much alike. Until we didn't correspond with one another of some of the items that we were getting her, we come up with the two of the same thing. We both got That-
I know, and
that
I bought on the registry, and Mary had already bought some because she couldn't get on the registry.
Yeah, that's okay.
So,
That's okay.
anyway.
I guarantee you, she will use both of them.
Yeah, Miranda's
She'll use
very,
them.
very family
She'll-
oriented, and
she
she
will use
loves her Meemaw.
Yeah. Well, she loves you too.
And she loves her Aunt Linda too.
Yes, she does.
Both her Aunt Lindas.
Yes. So we hope that y'all have a good day, a good week, blessed weekend, and we will be posting. May not be live, but we'll be posting on our other page.
Yes, we
periodically.
will. And should we mention about the cinnamon?
Well,
here?
I don't know. Can we?
The cinnamon and the fall products are going to be available October the 1st. We'll have it on our
And
other
you can,
page.
and we'll have a different website. We'll have a different party link October the 1st.
Yes.
So you can't go to September link to order
Right.
for October. So be sure.
So, we are on the countdown for our new website. We're going to be telling you more about that next week. We are
Nice.
literally just chomping at the bits almost.
We want to tell y'all so bad, but that's okay. It's coming very soon. You know, October 1st is going to
we
be
are,
here.
We are on the 2-week countdown that we hope to be open.
And you know what, Linda? I hadn't thought about this, but October the 1st, I'm going to be on the river. I'm going to be at the campgrounds.
You
So-
will be at the campground,
Mhm.
so you'll
So,
need to.
I will have to, I'm going to do my best. I don't know if I'll have a signal down there or not. If I've got a signal, I'll come on down there and I'll
Well-
post my link.
Well, you know what you can do? You
What?
can use that thing where you can schedule a post
Okay,
and
okay.
have it on there
So
first
it
thing
already,
October the 1st.
so it'll already be on there. Okay.
Yes.
All
Um,
right.
So hang with us, and y'all are going to be pleasantly surprised for a lot of different reasons for our new website, and we're going to have some real exciting things to share with y'all. Little bit next week, and then October the 1st.
I know it. I'm excited. October's a special month. Okay. Love y'all. Thank y'all for enduring our little video, our experimenting on something we hadn't done before.
And
But-
if you want the little product, the little cripper,
Yeah.
let us know. Both of our links are posted. And have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay cool, and be sure to count your blessings because we sure have a lot of them.
Yes, I do. Thank you
Love
so
y'all.
much. Love
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.